Good morning, everyone. My name is Lunglawan Gersuwan. I'm Business Development Manager from Avery Dennison, based in Thailand. It's my pleasure to have chance to meet and also to be connect with you all. So let's spend time together to know more about the market trend for food and beverage. And I will also share you the information about Avery Dennison company and see how we can working together for better service to the consumer and also the market. So let's have a look into the detail. Avery Dennison company had been established since 1935. Over the past 86 years, we have grown from one bright idea into a global Fortune 500 corporation. We continue to advance the quality and innovation in material science, which present in 50 countries globally and 6 countries in Asia. Our company has the three divisions. We are on label and graphic material, which is the key business, and represent around 70% of the total activity. Our product is label, graphic, reflective material, performance tape, and intelligent label. We also have another two divisions which provide a solution for apparel and healthcare industrial as well. So first, let's have a look at the mega trend. It's the key impact for both design and functional use for packaging for today and toward to see in next 20-year trend. And we have to see how we as the industrial player serve the need for the better market. Briefly a little bit about Asia. Asia or Asia Pacific is generally large of the demographically and complicated. It includes East Asia, Southeast Asia, South Asia, Australia and Oceania, and 48 countries in total. So let's start to know about the today trend. COVID-19 has one way or another impacting and changing the consumer behavior. There are the 5 key areas that we observe. This includes improving health and well-being, eating at home, increase the digitalization, food regulation and being greener. So consumers are more conscious on their health, choosing the healthier foods as well as buying a bigger size pack while they're working at home and eat more at home too. Online delivery as well as the purchasing goods through online delivery is also increasing popular. Consumers also want a safe food consumption. Moreover, they were also interested in food regulation and certification. So last is the sustainability. Sustainability is played an important role. So consumers play a stronger role in reducing, reuse, recycling, packaging, making an effort to reduce a carbon emission, therefore global warming impact. In this slide, there will be a forecast for the mega trend for the next 20 years. However, before we looking into the detail on next 20 years, I would like to share with you also the potential industry trend that we observe from now to the year 2025, which is mean next 5 years. We found the highest industrial growth of Asia, which are apparel and footwear, packaged food, alcohol drink, beauty and personal care. For the next 20-year trend or by 2040, Asia will account for approximately 52% of the global population. However, the number of the global consumer expenditure is 38% and 23% for the global wealthy household in Asia. From the bar graph, you can see also the consumer expenditure denoted with the orange point, showing the highest percentage in Asia Pacific region, which will remain the number one of consumer expenditure in next 20 years, reflect from the blue points in the graph as well. What does this mean for that? It means the people who have the capability to spend the money are here in this region. Asia is the future. Asia will become the region that has a high prosperity from now to next 20 years. So now I would like to share you how the brand owner can answer the expectation from the consumer. Vocal for local. Consumers are gearing toward purchasing local products. Brand owner attempting to build stronger relationship with the consumer and with the local partner as well. Consumers are also eyeing on the brand that provide more sustainability-friendly products, responsible for community and society. As the urbanization grows, so will be a digitalization. Brand owner invest in technology in order to serve the e-commerce business and the new lifestyle of the consumer. The pandemic has brought in a lot of uncertainty to people of around the world. So brands have to ensure that the product provide the benefit and value to match with the consumer expectation, allowing the consumer to save money as they purchase. Lastly is again about health and well-being. Consumer believe in you are what you eat. So we see clearly a big opportunity for the healthy food and beverage market. So with the trend evolving and brands stepping up for betterment, so we as the label solution provider, I would like to share pressure-sensitive solution that we have developed to support the consumer and also industry. Pressure-sensitive label, or in short PSLs, are available both in paper and film stock. The surface is being print on, depending on the application and functional uses, various adhesive, stock, and combination are developed. I have grouped our solution in the three big categories. First one, decoration and functional. The product is in this group, for example, frozen food, chilled, ready to eat, vacuum packs, and the list go on. The foods is being processed in different conditions. For example, some are kept at the room temperature while others go through the deep freezing. Moreover, some food have moisture, oil, and fat. The packaging has to be able to maintain the food quality until the consumer proceeds to heat at the microwave and enjoy the food. All of those require a suitable label to ensure the key information such as ingredient, batch number, and so on are kept intact throughout of the food processing. Another functional label is called multi-layer label or booklet label. As the food regulation awareness increase, brand owners are providing a relevance to the consumer. The multi-layer label is able to print an information, also the important product information into many languages, catering in different consumer needs. By using PSL or pressure-sensitive label, it can help the brand to minimize the SKU, minimum the MOQ, and low inventory to manage as well. On the right side, the second group is innovation and intelligence. So making life easier is one of our goals as we develop our product. This silviculture is our eco-friendly food packaging option, making a smarter purchasing decision. This silviculture can be directly applied to fruit and vegetable tray. Consumer can enjoy opening and closing many times without failing, allowing the food to stay fresh, have a longer shelf life, and surely being more convenient and user-friendly as well. We also have the heat seal reclosure for dry food, such as pasta and snack as well. For food safety, we offer the direct food contact solution with the EU certified. Our material is able to work in a wide range of temperature conditions, and it can be put directly onto the product, which has high complexity such as moist, fatty food, and oil as well. We are also developing the PSL, which will be able to make a fruit shelf life longer while using our solution as well. Next is inline labeling solution. Inline labeling is usually done at the bottler end and not at the brand owner production. The process is to apply the label, and it can be combined with other process while the quality of the finished good is maintained. It saves time needed before bottle can be shipped, and it minimizes the defect arising out of the glazing and expansion contracting post to the bottle molding. Next on innovation is RFID, or radio frequency identification. So some of you may heard this name before. However, you may not have an idea how we can implement the RFID into your product or the chain or make it more effective for the consumer. So Evelyn, my colleague, will share the detail on the RFID solution in the next few slides. Last slide is the top priority not only for us but for everyone. Sustainability is a mega trend for food and beverage packaging to climate control, minimizing a global warming impact. Sustainability is one of our values in our company. With the customer, we also use the 4Rs concept to drive our development and also the business. We source the material from the responsible supplier, and today most of our material are FSC certified. For reduce, we have the concept think thin solution. It means to use when necessary only without compromising the product performance. We also launch the thinner material such as PP40, PE75, and Flex Plus. For think thin concept, we also have a life cycle assessment program where we can calculate how much natural resource we could save by just changing to use a thinner material. Very interesting information to share to you. For recycling, we have the CleanFlex solution, where is the enable PET bottle-to-bottle recycling and HDPE bottle recycling. If you are the brand owner who has the same goal for sustainability, and today you're still using other kind of plastic or even the glass bottle, we strongly suggest you to consider changing to PET. PET can be recycled 100%, and it will be recycled perfectly by using our CleanFlex solution. The last R is reuse. It's linked to the glass bottle that I just mentioned earlier. To make one glass bottle have required a lot of material and also high cost. We all know that sand glass have limited. So with the glass bottle, we have the solution called wash off. The wash off allow easy label removal for bottle reuse. With the complete process of reuse, at the end we can reduce the usage of the material as well. So now has come to the end of my presentation. Hope the information is helpful for you to know and plan to develop the product for food and beverage in the future. And if you need any more information or some question or some assistance, please do not hesitate to contact our sales team or myself. We will be very happy to support. Again, very nice to meet you. Thank you very much, and thank you to listening. Over to Evelyn. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam, for the interesting overview of the different types of packaging material solution used in the food segment. The second part of our presentation will touch on the digital side of things, which I'm sure most of you would agree will be increasingly important in the world we live in. Good day, everyone. My name is Evelyn Ong, and I am the Market Development Manager in Avery Dennison SmartTrack. My current role involves development and driving adoption of digital identification technologies in the food and healthcare segments in APAC. You will hear this four-letter word, RFID, very often in my presentation. It stands for radio frequency identification. and is the core technology of digital identification that we are focusing on. In the next 10 minutes or so, I will be sharing with you three main topics. Firstly, I will touch on the trends and pressures driving corporations to embark on a digital transformation journey. Secondly, I will describe how RFID is applicable in the entire food supply chain. And finally, I will be sharing three case studies of how other companies in other parts of the world use the technology to their benefits. Now, let's take a closer look at the challenges, trends, and pressures facing the food industry today. One of the upcoming trends is a shift to an omni-channel sales model. For those not familiar with this term, omni-channel refers to the different ways of shopping that includes physical store, online, e-commerce platforms, or a hybrid of different methods. These days, it is very common for consumers to order online and have it pick up in store or vice versa. Such diverse models require robust and dynamic back-end operations to support and able to respond quickly to the changing operational demands. Consumers are also getting increasingly demanding in pursuit of speed and efficiency. All things equal, if your delivery date is a day later than your competitor, you will most likely lose that customer. Reduction of food waste and sustainability practices are also getting very important. Not only is this a right thing to do, such a push will also reduce loss in a tight margin environment. Labor shortage is also a common challenge facing many countries in the food segments. More retailers are also trying new business models and technologies. One very good example is Amazon Go, which really pushes the boundaries of today's technologies to its limits. We do believe that if companies do not start embracing technology, they risk being left behind in this very digital world that we live in. Consumers are also getting more and more sophisticated and demanding. For example, if they have to pay a premium for organic food, they will want to ensure that they are getting what they are paying for. And this is exactly why transparency in supply chains is so important. And finally, food brands are keen to establish and enhance consumer engagements. In the past, brands lose connection the minute the customers purchase or walk out of the store. With digitalization, brands can continue to engage their customers for better loyalty programs and repeated sales opportunities. Let's move on to analyze the food supply chain to understand how the technology is applicable at every node of the chain. A new concept that is often discussed when we talk about traceability in the food supply chain is something we call farm to fork. It simply means that reliable information should be captured right from the beginning of farming or agriculture all the way to when food is finally consumed. Digital identification can be introduced right at the beginning at the farm level. Once this is introduced, we will be able to start capturing data and track digitally throughout the entire journey. This is extremely important and useful in the event of a product recall or a disease outbreak. In food processing plants and distribution centers, digital identification can be used to improve inventory accuracy, expiration date management, which in turn will result in labor saving and lower redundancy costs. This is possible due to the ability of the technology to identify large quantities of inventory in a very short period of time. At the store level, RFID can also be used for frictionless checkout stores, or more commonly, over in this part of the world, we call it unmanned retail store, which, as the name implies, doesn't require humans to operate the store. And finally, with NFC, which stands for Near Field Communications, Near Field Communication is a technology available in most smartphones these days. And with the use of NFC, brand owners are able to engage consumers in a more interactive manner. And also with the use of cell phone, and the consumers are able to verify if the product that they are about to purchase, if the product is authentic or counterfeit. So now, how is all this possible and what exactly is digital identification? It would be difficult to have a discussion about digital identification without understanding the fundamentals of this technology. What is shown on the screen right now is the anatomy of what we call an RFID inlay. This is simply a product that contains all the necessary components that enables information to be exchanged wirelessly and without the use of batteries. To give an item a digital identity, or as some publications call it, give it the digital twin, it is necessary to attach what you see here in RFID inlay onto the physical product. The core components of an inlay are one, the integrated circuit or the chip, which is the one in the middle. It's very small, it's like a grain of sand, but this is the most important component of the entire structure. It contains the memory, it contains the intelligence and the circuitry that enables communications wirelessly with the devices. The second component is the antenna, and which is the squiggly design that you see here. Most of it is made of aluminum and is attached to the chip so that it extends the read performance of the system. And the third component is the base material, which is commonly used, it's either PET or paper, and it binds all the components together. So what you're seeing here is something we call passive system. It doesn't contain any batteries. So it draws its energy from the radio waves emitted by the devices. With this simple knowledge of RFID inlay, let's move a little bit further in understanding the different types of inlay product solutions that we have. We have a wide selection of RFID inlays that vary in memory sizes, shapes, and sizes. We have coupled with a large selection of label materials and adhesives, the other divisions Avery Dennison have. We are very well equipped to offer a very comprehensive range of product solutions from frozen food to ready-packed meals. Another unique product that we carry is the on-metal label or flag tag, as you can see from the pictures. These are called flag tags because these tags are attached away from the main body of the product due to performance interference. In many of our food segment projects, it is common to have liquid and foil-based packaging, which are the two main materials that affect RF performance. Next product is a specialty product that took us years to develop and is thought to be a technology breakthrough in the industry. We have designed RFID inlays that withstand microwave ovens. Doesn't sound like a big deal, I know, but let's not forget that RFID inlays are made out of aluminum. And we all know what happens when we put metal or aluminum in the microwave. It creates sparks and potentially causes fire, right? So we design it in such a way that does not cause that problem. The demand for microwave-safe RFID inlays came about because of the increasing use of smart vending machines, which I will share more later in the case study. And finally, we have a range of sensor-based RFID inlays that not only identify the product, but also provide temperature information about us. This is particularly useful for cold chain applications where temperature control is essential. So I will be sharing case studies of different applications of RFID in different countries in the next 3 slides. The first case study is with Sodexo, one of the world's largest food service companies. Sodexo has successfully completed a trial on smart vending machine with the use of RFID. For this to work, every single item in this smart vending machine has to be tagged with an RFID inlay. There is no need for any product selection or cash payment like traditional vending machines. All the user needs to do is use a cell phone, scan a QR code on the machine so that the machine is able to identify the user, open the door, and once the user verification is done, the door will be unlocked. The user will be able to open the door of the fridge or the vending machine. He will pick whatever he needs and he close the door and he can just walk away. So what's happening in the back end is the vending machine will do a scan once the door is closed and will know that there are missing items. And these missing items will be billed to the user on the app. So this sounds simple enough from a user's perspective, but the real benefit of why Sodexo and food service companies find this interesting is because of the benefits of such a solution. By having a smart vending machine, food service companies like Sodexo have full visibility of inventory at any one time. Instead of replenishing food on a scheduled basis, they are now able to replenish only when the quantity is low, and they know exactly what items need replenishment. And this is something what we call dynamic replenishment. So dynamic replenishment, capturing consumption patterns, and setting promotional pricing for items that are about to expire are now possible and fully automated. The second case study is about Reynolds, which is a UK food supplier with strong sustainability values. They started moving away from single-use carton boxes to plastic totes that can be reused. And when that happens, these plastic totes became assets. And when it becomes asset, it requires a certain level of asset management and control. Each of these totes contain an RFID inlay. As you can see from the picture, there's the white strip across. And it provides information and visibility of its movement and usage. The software is also capable of linking the identity of these totes together with the content of the totes for enhanced traceability. The last example that I'm going to share with you is set in a place that we are very familiar with, at the supermarket. So we are doing a couple of pilots with supermarkets for perishables with very short shelf lives, such as fresh meat. So fresh meats are tagged for better inventory management. By waving a RFID handheld device, the system will very quickly identify items that are about to expire. Supermarket staff can then remove these items, reduce the price, and place them separately on, say, a promotion of the day shelf for quick sale. This way, the food wastage will be drastically reduced. So this is the end of my presentation. I hope you find it interesting and useful. We have some time for Q&A, but if you have any questions after this session, you can feel free to drop us an email, and our email addresses can be found here. Thank you very much. Bye.